Started with our post-race press conference. We're now joined by tonight's winner of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300, Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 NOS Energy Drink Toyota. This is his 8th win in 20 career starts at Texas Motor Speedway in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. His 80th career victory in Xfinity competition. He's looking for the sweep of both April races for the second time in his career during tomorrow night's Duck Commander 500. Kyle, just talk about your night. Another dominating performance here at Texas.
Yeah, we had a really good race car. The NOS Energy Drink Camry was really fast, especially fast on the long runs. There were a couple times there when Eric Jones got to us and Kyle Larson got to us as well too, and were able to lead some laps. But overall, I knew we would prevail in the long haul, and it was good. You know, we had a fast car for that, and that's what it took here tonight for being able to run up front and have the laps led that we did. Certainly we had some good speed on the front side as well too, but you know, Chris Gayle and the guys, they did a great job. Chris got his money's worth tonight, having to make as many adjustments as he had to make at each and every stop to keep up with the racetrack. So wasn't an easy one, but you know, with a smart group of guys, it certainly made it look easy.
As he mentioned, joined by the winning crew chief, Chris Gayle. You guys led 150 of 200 laps this evening. A dominating performance. Talk about Kyle and just what you guys have found here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Well, I think it's my first win with Kyle here at Texas Motor Speedway, but obviously we've been on a roll start of this year. I think basically 2 off weeks we had. We talked a little bit about it and thought we had been pretty good on the short runs all year long, but probably our long run had kind of been off. So it's kind of, that was one thing going into tonight that I wanted to be really good at, was just try to have a really good long run car, and thankfully we were able to do that tonight.
We also got another guest with us, the winning owner, Mr. Joe GIBBS. I guess, Joe, the question is, does winning ever get old for you here in Dallas-Fort Worth?
No. Let me say this. We love coming here. A great sports complex, and a lot of our sponsors are here. It's a huge deal for us. We love coming to Dallas. I think it's a premier complex, stadium. We appreciate what the Smiths have done here, and it's a huge deal for us. And we got all kind. I was in hospitalities all night. Big deal for us, and so we got a lot of friends down here. Got Nora Miller, Interstate, GameStop, Sport Clips. We got a lot of people here.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and open up for questions. If you could raise your hand. Let's start with Jerry.
Jerry Fraley, Dallas Morning News for Kyle. Kyle, what's it like to win 3 races and 3 series in 7 days? Is it a combination of grueling, exhausting, gratifying? I don't know.
No, I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's certainly rewarding. You know, definitely being able to accomplish the things that we've accomplished over the last 7 days has been really good. Being able to score 2 victories at Martinsville, and then, you know, to come here at Texas and to be able to get it done in the very next race. You know, that's what we live for, and that's what we're here for. You know, I think that each and every event we enter, we try to win and try to do what we can, and you know, hopefully we can again tomorrow with our Interstate Batteries Camry. Feel like our car is pretty good. Could be a tick better, but that's why we got tonight to fix it.
Dominic Udigo on the RacingExperts.com. In running tonight's race, how much more of an advantage do you think that gives you compared to your competitors that didn't run tonight's race for tomorrow?
Yeah, I learned a few things. I always do, but you know, this tire is a little bit different than the Cup tire, but really close, and just kind of learned how it challenged the car and me throughout the run. You know, from the beginning side of the run to the middle to the end, the car was kind of moving around and what lanes to move into in order to get some good speed and things like that. So, you know, I never really ventured too high to run like the wall, but I did find some ways and some techniques to get my car going around the middle part of the racetrack.
So Chris, Daniel, and then Jerry, and then we'll come back to the
Chris Knight, CatchFans.com. Congratulations on the win. It's 4 wins in 5 races, an average finish of 1.2 since you had knocked NOS back on the car. Have you talked to NOS, and what have they said about your dominance so far this season?
They're excited about us continuing to win. You know, I think that it's something that they've wanted to do, which is build that brand and to build the awareness of the NOS brand. And it's so for us being able to go out there and win and lead as many laps as we are, I feel like we're doing our part. You know, there's some things that are going on off the track that are pretty exciting behind the scenes that we look forward to being a part of later on down either this year or the start of next year. So there's some cool things coming in the future with them, but you know, they're here for the long haul as long as we can do it, and we'll keep going.
Daniel.
Dan McFadden with NBC Sports. Kyle, this is your first season on the Drivers' Council. What's your experience been like on the 9-member council, and how many times have you guys met so far this season?
The experience on the council's been good. We've had some good discussions over the last, I don't know, since before Daytona. No, I wasn't in that one. I was in the one in Daytona. So we've met 4 times since Daytona, in Daytona, and then 3 more times. So it's been good. We've certainly conversed about a lot of different topics, some big, some small, some that are nonsense probably to others, but mean something to us drivers. So, you know, it's just a part of the sport and trying to help develop and make it more exciting and make it better for everyone involved. Not necessarily just the media, but of course to the fans, the drivers, the owners, crew chiefs, and you know, the road guys too.
Jerry Jordan, Performance Race Network and Kicking the Tires. You hit 160 tonight, total wins for your career with 35 Cup, 80 Xfinity, and 45 truck wins. Those numbers mean anything to you overall as you look back on your career?
Yeah, certainly. It's a big number. You know, I think that there's plenty more to get. That's for sure. And you know, once I don't know. Once I get to 200, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to keep racing. You know, so we're going to try to keep winning. So hopefully we can continue to add to the Sprint Cup Series total, as well as you know, the truck total and the Xfinity total. But we'll see where it all lies when it's all said and done. But plenty of years left to go.
SpencerMotorsport.com for Coach. How do you think, if a new manufacturer comes into the sport, how that would change the complexion of the garage? And you have been with Toyota through a large part of their growing pains, and then seeing them come from, you know, their struggles to the top of the sport. How do you think that, you know, the sport would welcome a new manufacturer?
Well, I think certainly if somebody qualified should come on board. I think obviously that's up to NASCAR. But if you kind of watch what Toyota did, I appreciate the way they came in. They came in a truck series, not a big splash, just kept working hard, and then gradually worked their way up. We're thrilled to be a part of, you know, their organization. I think the good thing about Toyota, it carries all the way through the company, all the way to the top. And I get phone calls from Bob Carter. I was, you know, I was sitting home 2 Fridays ago, get a phone call from Bob Carter in the morning. And so I think what's great about Toyota, they love racing. They love competing in America. This is where they want to be, and it's a huge deal for them. So you can't, it's hard to put in words what they mean to us, because they're a big partner. And the great thing about them too, when they bring somebody on board, they bring racers. That's what they're after, and that they want to win. Well, it's probably not for me to say, but, you know, obviously I'm sure that the NASCAR, everybody from Brian on down, you know, they kind of know what's going on in that world. I don't, but I'm sure that if there's somebody out there that they thought was qualified, you know, that obviously is their decision. It's not something I should be commenting on probably, but I think this sport has a way of, you know, if you're competitive and you want to come in here, this sport has a way of recognizing that, and I'm sure that I think it's something that only NASCAR knows what's best in that situation.
Any additional questions? Let's go, Mr.
John Sturbin, Racing Today and the Texas website. Joe, earlier today, Kyle said that if it wasn't for Norm Miller, there wouldn't be a Joe GIBBS Racing.
Yeah.
Going back to that meeting when you pitched your team, what made you think that Norm would buy into the program?
You know, really what happened, JD had come out of school and said, Dad, I'd like to do something in racing. We all loved racing. Coy, JD, myself, went to the races all the time. And so when he brought that up, I said, well, hey, the only thing that we could do, because we didn't have a race team or anything, We just put down everything that we had talked about on a sheet of paper. It was a dream. And I happened to had heard a lot about Norm and gave him a phone call. They were already in the sport in a small way, and we hit it off on the phone, came down. I still remember he asked me, who's the driver? I said, we don't have one. I said, where's your race shop? I said, we don't have one. I said, Norm, this is a dream on a sheet of paper. And today, I still say to him, he gets along great with Kyle. He gets along great with all of our race team and everything. And he's so creative. And I told him, I says, I'm not so sure how many people that run a corporation would be willing to jump on board on this one, but he did. And I think Kyle's right. I think Norm is just he's one of those guys he's not afraid, and he tries stuff. And I think that's the reason why the company Interstate Batteries is where it is today. You know, and the position they have, #1 in aftermarket battery sales, and is a tribute to the whole team over there. They got Scott now, his son is the CEO, and it's a great story, really. But I still remember we run that first Daytona, the first race we ever won was Daytona, and Norm was rolling around in the grass, and in the winter, we couldn't find where Winter Circle was, and we still laugh about that all the time. It was a great story, and he's a great part of certainly our race team.
Any other questions? Now, gentlemen, congratulations, and Kyle, best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.